Hello, friends and fam. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making some spring rolls and talking about spring, welcoming spring in. I'm really excited. It's been a bit rainy here in San Diego. I wonder what spring's been like for everyone else. Here I'm just assembling the spring roll ingredients. I wet the paper, the rice paper, put some rice noodles in the middle, some cucumber, carrots, and imitation crab, and then you roll it up like a burrito. I wonder if people have spring rituals. Like, I know spring cleaning is a popular one. I thought making spring rolls would be fun. I think I saw it on Pinterest, and there's a lot of like equinox rituals or routines that are suggested around. Like spending more time in nature. I think the sun and the weather has been a bit warmer and it's allowed for more outside time, like in nature, at the park, at the beach. So that's already been really nice. I think a lot of people also talk about intention setting. It's like a season of renewal and birth. So, like, you know, I feel similarly. Well, there was a lot of endings in winter, and now, like, the roses are blooming and the flowers are, you know, starting to attract all the insects, the bees and the birds and everything. So, uh, I think like there's definitely a shift and I'm excited. I think I'm going to try and focus on like making videos and exploring the creative channels that are available to me. I think, yeah, I'd love to start or continue growing the channel, um, cooking and reading and, yeah, studying and all those good things. And I think I want to try and get like back into painting. I've been focused on drawing recently. Um, I I feel like it's just like easy, but also I've seen around a lot of artists, especially spending time in the park, and there's like the crafts area in Spanish Village where people sell art, and I think people sell art all around San Diego, which is really nice. So you can kind of see like people just post up and paint for a while, which I think is really nice. Very romantic, I would say. Another important thing during spring is to, I guess, declutter, like let go of what you don't need, what like no longer serves you mentally, physically, spiritually. So I want to focus on doing that, especially with like, my kind of growth journey. It's a very unique path, and sometimes traditional or, established norms and thought patterns and expectations are just not relevant, I guess. Oh, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, oh, am I crazy? Which, yeah, obviously, we all are. I've said before to a friend, I think we're born crazy and then just get crazier. And we were outside, we were walking by someone, and I saw it was like a dad who was sat and he just like nodded his head, even though he like, was not part of the conversation. But it's very like very accurate. And I think the more time I spend being an adult in the adult world, like I've known about politics economics. But now that I'm like, oh, no one is in charge and no one knows what's going on, now I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, I think it's good to just try to really, really let go. Like I've done this before, like because I've had like big phases in my kind of more spiritual journey where it's like you really like have to let go and you just have to do things and you can't hold on to things um and I feel like I experienced that when I was like backpacking and like kind of being thrown around. But now that I'm here and I'm back and I'm kind of more like in the stillness, I agree even more, and I think I have to go even further with it, like the extent to which um like things can't really I have to be so detached from these ideals that everybody else, or not everybody else, but a lot of people kind of has set up. Like I think about milestones, and there are these traditional milestones, and it's in many cultures, like we are born, you know and then we are infants, and there's stuff, the terrible twos and teething, and you know going to school, having crushes, graduations, significant life events like marriage, and you know, births and deaths and things like that. I've always thought about that, and I feel like it's so different for me because like I never felt like graduation was a big milestone for me. I just thought it was like, okay, well, we got to get to it, and then I'm so grateful it's over. Like it was all, and especially because of the way American school systems are set up, where it's like the finals week is or a university level, it's like 2 weeks even of just uh I don't know what else, just suffering, student dying, studying, and like so you can't really enjoy unless you've planned it in some way, which a lot of people do and a lot of people are smart, but I was never that smart or lucky to like plan it in a way where you like crushed all your finals into like 2 days, and then you can like go home or like party or something, because like some people can do that, but I always felt like it was always just a week or two of just stress and like no sleep and memorizing and I don't know, crying and like late nights and not knowing what I'm doing it all for. And then it's like it's graduation, and then you have to be like you have to look good in front of people and walk a stage and stuff like that. Like I don't know. So I don't know like what is a milestone worthy of celebration, and then how I would want to celebrate that. I'm thinking like, because of course me and ChatGPT, we go way back. And I'm like, oh, like I want to, make this a thing, like make this YouTube thing a thing. And I like, I'm just starting out, like, good attention, bad attention, like, you know, views, subscribers, all that, numbers, numbers, numbers. Um, but I think like maybe like all the subscriber hits, because YouTube does that too. Like you like hit platinum or you hit gold or something if you have like 1 million or something. So yeah, maybe something like that. But also it's like, isn't every day and moment worth celebrating? I feel like people forget that. I've never been a grinder, a hustler. Like I like my like I've been told I have drive, but I'm not a competitor. Like I'm not here to like uh, oh, I've always been anti rat race. I'm not I can lock in, but I have to, but it's got to be like for me by me. I'm not like locking in for the man, you know. I just feel like what does it mean? I have an idea for another video, um and it's like, well, in defense of Gen Z, we have not seen successful institutions and establishments succeed and like not even just benefit us but serve us. And then it's like if our governments, our economic systems, beyond that, like, in America, it's our education system, it's our healthcare systems, it's our judicial and like um ugh, penitentiary, is that the word? I hate that it's punishment, because it should always be about rehabilitation. But that's that, and I just feel like when you're such a young person growing up, uh and you see this type of world and the worldview and the people who succeed and the people who don't succeed in it, it is very, very disillusioning. And there was, a recent shooting. There's always shootings. It's a very violence is what America was built on, so it will constantly perpetuate violence, I think, within its own borders and outside of its borders. And I I think like with the whole it's like school shooters, that conversation specifically, like it's so sad. Like it's very young people who are so lost, and they take it out, and it's not an excuse, but they take it out on the general society or the people that they believe that can be attributed to their suffering. And I don't know. Like, I don't know how to help these people, because obviously it starts with parenting. I mean, probably it starts before that, but parenting, because like why would an 11-year-old, But I was also a very angry person as a child. And in, you know, teenhood, I was really angsty and really angry, and I can get very angry these days too. But like, yeah, emotional regulation and kind of perspective and just healthy habits. I feel for us. I think that's gonna be my next my next rant. I don't know, my next little. I don't know. These aren't like podcast level. I feel like it's so surprising who can and cannot, like, mm, make it in the quote unquote entertainment industry. Like the Hawk Tuah girl, she's back, and all of these streamers, they're just such losers. I don't know where this conversation has devolved to, but I don't know. I feel like, for the culture's sake, and I'll talk about this more, but for the culture's sake, like we gotta let that shit go. Like we gotta let that shit go. We cannot be giving our time and money to these losers who have no they just have no they have no spine. They're spiritually unwell. They're not like, and for them to be the role model. Well, I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching, listening, hanging around. I wonder what your intentions for spring are, and please like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.